In this video, we got 5 of the newest LEGO Ninjago sets that we are going to be building to completion. Let's get to it. Starting off with our first set, Zane's Ultra Mech, with 3 minifigures, 2 exclusives, and now it's down to 1. Just for 10 bucks is an absolute steal. Dude, thank God that LEGO's actually keeping up this tradition of putting a mech in a $10 set with good minifigures. I didn't think I'd be saying this, but the box art on this thing is actually so cool. And it's actually making the prismatic blade seem worth collecting. I don't know, maybe it's like the art style. It's just like so perfect. Starting off with the base of the build, you can see that this thing holds some shurikens on the side and is complemented by these giant legs, which is good for stability. And so that's the bottom half of the build, which can actually connect to a torso piece with some armor on it that just looks really weird. Though that print looks really good. It reminds me of Lightspeed from Star Wars. Next up, we got these arms with these really cool transparent pieces that you could use for Nia and Zane. And lastly, this set comes with these swords, which have these sword holder pieces that look like the old ones stretched. I've never had one of these before, so I guess it's cool to get. Now, while this set has a very solid build, how does it compare to Jay's Battle Pack set? I don't even know why, but Zane's box is smaller than Jay's, even though Zane has 92 pieces and Jay has 70. And the height difference on these two is actually crazy. And honestly, Zane's looks more bulky and well built too. Though I do have to say, I really do like Jay's cockpit a lot better than Zane's, because Jay's is actually closed up and Zane's looks just so... Oh, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, Brickcyperator Man will come and break all your LEGO sets. But actually, we're trying to get to 10k, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. However, for what looks better, I think Jay's Mech wins. However, no set is complete without its minifigures. On the left side, we got an exclusive Jay and a Master Lloyd minifigure, and on the right, we have 2 Wolf Warrior. The one thing I love about Jay's set is that it allows you to army build minifigures. Actually have a decent Wolf Mask army. On the Ninja side, these guys look amazing. The blue one Jay looks so perfect. I'm sad they didn't make this dude canon. And honestly, Lloyd looks like a really good minifigure too. Next up on Zane's side, we have wyldfyre with no armor because whoever at LEGO thought to be more useless than Master Wu. Like, realistically, what has Master Wu done? He hasn't done anything good in the past seasons. He just doesn't tell the ninja anything. And even in Dragon's Rising, where he's not even there, he's still the Of course, he answers Aaron's question, which causes this to happen. But when Cole asks a good, useful question, he just makes like a villager and stands there. Like, I swear, this dude is trying to screw over the ninja. Like, literally, nobody's going to go out of their way to buy a big set to get this armor piece. Like, the only reasons I have extras for these armors is because I spend too much. However, I guess putting that completely aside, that's a really cool sword. Now, the basic idea is that these are the collectibles for the wave, and the Forbidden 5 wants to collect 5 of these in order to release the Thunder thing. I mean, they're kind of plain, but they're still cool. I like the general concept behind collecting these. Like, now you don't need to buy specific sets, you just need to buy a specific number. They all have this really cool opalescent sparkly effect to them. Next up, we have Drix, who's a really cool looking minifigure in some cases. Great printing, great design. However, I just don't like him too much. It's just hard to see his face. I think that's because of the hat. Though he's not as crazy as my boy Zane. You already know he's locked in for the season when he comes shirtless. Like, damn. We're finally getting that Zane spotlight we deserve. Now, around 4 years ago, this set first came out, and it was very popular because it finally debuted Zane's show hairpiece, which he had about 3 years prior since 2018. Now, along with the minifigure that came in this epic battle set, he actually came with these leg pieces that happen to be the same colors as quote-unquote skin. Now, I think you know where I'm going with this. Look, I know the set lacked in almost every aspect, but it did not lack in this. I feel like this alone is carrying the set. So while J Mech is better, Zane's Mech... Okay, I'm sorry. I will not cook again. Also, by the way, every single year, LEGO makes 6 different advent calendars, but they still don't make Ninjago. Heck, Disney Mini Dolls has an advent calendar. So make sure to go hit the support on my LEGO Ideas project so they can actually become real sets. And if you don't have one already, it only takes 1 minute to make a LEGO account, and it's something that you definitely should have as a Ninjago fan. Since I can't really decide which one's better, I'm going to leave that one up to you guys. Also, what's kind of stupid is that these prismatic blades do not come with extras. Like, of course they give us all the ones that we don't need, but when we actually want extras, no, sadly. Next up is Ras Arin Spinners gimmick sets, and I am hyped for this. Now, one thing I really hate about LEGO Ninjago gimmicks is that they've just been bad in the past. Like, Dragon's Rising has not cooked at all. We got these spinners with balls on the other end, and they're cool, I guess, if you want more Dragon Balls. Like, I'm not saying these Dragon Balls are bad. I made a whole Rube Goldberg project just off of these. but they're just not really needed. Like, actually, there is genuinely nothing that's interesting in this. You literally have to hand spin them. That's kind of boring. Like, all the other spinners that had those like riptide tornadoes or just even things where you can push them off looked so much better and worked so much better. The Rising Dragon Strikes are kind of bad. I mean, they don't really have any purpose. Like, you can like hit them, but they're not even like remotely show accurate. They're just kind of useless. But after all these years, I think LEGO has cracked the code and made something that's actually worth our money. Now, I haven't gotten Kai and Sora's ones yet because I need to see if these spinner pack is absolute heat or delete. The box art on the set looks absolutely phenomenal. Those dragons just look amazing. Seriously, like, wow. On the bottom, they have Zane and the Arc Dragon and it looks so good. Like, that high quality. Dude, Zane looks amazing. On the back of the box, there is a Sora Spinjitzu, Kai Spinjitzu, as well as the new Arin minifigure, which I can't wait to get. So first, these come loose in the box, and damn, they are big. Like, this one piece is 3 wyldfyres. That's a lot of wyldfyres. I'm actually really happy that they added this thing where you can actually put minifigures' hands on it, so it kind of looks like Drix here is doing shatterspin. Moving on to the actual bags in the set, Arin, they cooked with this new suit. The mask piece looks really, really good. It's kind of big, but not that big of a deal. It looks much better than what we got for the mech suits. As for the print, I love the magenta dragon. This reminds me of the Thunderfang Dragon of Chaos. The pants are, well, kind of usual. And then we also have the back, which has the back of the dragon, and it also says Arin there, if you can see it. Now, the build itself is really not that crazy. It's just a very sleek kind of shooter build. Pretty much, you just put the power blast thingies on the side of the tornado. This thing reminds me of Sonic. Now, for the moment that we've all been waiting for. I actually have no clue as to why I thought doing it on sets would be a good idea. Let's do it on something real. I feel like 20 seconds of spinning is really good for a spinner. Next up, we have our second minifigure, that being Lord Ras. This Ras actually comes with black armor instead of the gunmetal that the tournament version had. That's because black is actually more accurate to the show. For the Arin minifigure, I was curious as to why he didn't come with his armor as it's there on the art, so I decided to put it on him. Now, usually the general reason for why they don't put the armor in the sets is because sometimes kids can get confused, put the armor on the minifigure, and then wonder why it doesn't fit in the mech. As for the Spinjitzu, it kind of fits, but it actually doesn't go in all the way, so I'm guessing that's why they didn't include it. Now that we have the Ras and Arin Spinners built up, I think it is finally time to test them on the ultimate battlefield. These spinners actually work amazingly. These are so easy to use, and you can get some really, really good action. What's really cool about this new Arin suit is that the new minifigure actually has this torso. The one from the Thunderfang LEGO set that I mean. What's cool is the armor is actually Cole's from Dragon's Rising Season 1, and I painted my own black mask for Arin. And I really like the Storm version of Arin with the Dragon's Rising Season 1 hood in black. All in all, this is a pretty good set. I actually really love this. And with that out of the way, it's time to finally move on to the Dragonian Storm Village set. Actually, wild minifigure selection with Zane, Mia, Rogue as in Jay, Moro, as well as 2 Dragonian warriors. You know what's kind of funny? Despite being a $40 set, this box is smaller than the $30 Kai Mech set. I have no clue why this set wave has such small boxes. Anyway, I should totally stop talking about the boxes and get to the sets themselves. This Zane minifigure is actually absolute gas. Now, aside from the fact that this helmet is technically exclusive to this set, the helmet looks so good and the minifigure looks just amazing. Honestly, the mech suits are pretty much trash compared to these new storm suits. There's also actually some good depth to the torso and leg design. Another thing I love about this minifigure is that the helmet is gray, so you can actually see his face, whereas if you look at this one, it's white. You can kind of barely see his face. Like, I don't know, I just like the new one so much better. Next up, we have the Dragonian Warrior, which comes with a lot of cool and new LEGO pieces with amazing printing, as well as these cool armor pieces, these dragon thingies, and then a full dragon build. They are cooking with these dragon mask cowls. And whoever came up with the face with the fire breathing is absolute genius. I'm literally gonna leave it this way. I think the wolf masks have competition. Now, it's been about 3 minutes, but I found some pretty cool things I want to show you guys. For the dragon, you can actually take off the clip pieces and just put the wings down like that to make it look like it's resting. Or instead, if you want, you can actually put the wing pieces on like that to give it any angle that you want. So you can just turn it up and down. Funnily enough, you can actually turn around the cowl with no trouble at all, which kind of looks normal. You can actually see the mouth, and he kind of has those like really long nail eyes. However, to make better eyes, you can do this and go ahead, make 2 of them and put them onto our dude. The crazy part is that the wings still fit on in the back. Next up, we have Moro. It's not hitting me at this second, but this minifigure actually looks really good. Dude, he came back with that good of a jawline. That's actually wild. Bro's been mewing 24/7. So I've just started the build, and there's actually an extra skeleton minifigure, so you can make it 7 figs in the set. And then there's also this cage, and guess who's in it? Zane. It's always Zane who's trapped. Why are they always doing my boy dirty? I thought he was gonna lock in this season. Actually, he's technically already locked in. I love how silly this little face thing is in the front. This is gonna sound stupid, but this is actually my first time getting these lantern pieces, and they look really cool. We finally unlocked our new Smash Bros. Player, Nia. I could argue this is probably one of the better ninja suits of this wave. All up until you get to my boy Jay. This minifigure actually looks so good. I love the new Forbidden 5 hat on him. It is just this weird little piece. That aside, he surprisingly gets a new face print, and you can put his hair on it and he looks much better with some amazing torso and leg printing that looks really good all together. Fun fact, in jargon it says RJ there, guessing that stands for Rogue J. I just don't really like how you can't really see his eyes because of the helmet. Lastly, we have our boy the Dragonian Scout, who looks big and bulked up, ready to take on the fight. Sadly for this dude, you can't really put on the dragon without pushing the hairpiece off. Unless you like slant it a little bit. Yeah, these play features are not that great. And then it also comes with this weird spinning thing. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Bad set, amazing face. That's my overall take. Next up, we have Kais Climber Mech. I already built this one, sorry guys. Starting off with the minifigure selection, we have Climber Kai, Climber J, an extra wyldfyre, as well as Jordana. Now for the actual mech, I absolutely love this thing. Now this set usually retails for about $70, but I was able to get it on sale for $45. In fact, I already got this set and modded it. So on this side, you can see that there's a rope, but on the other side, there isn't. I just added the rope myself because I wanted 2 hooks, because why not? Technically with 2 hooks, it's now more accurate to the show. I don't know what I would do with them, but like, I guess you could like walk it if you want, like a little toddler. However, you could actually take one of these hooks, put it on somewhere like a Lego Ninjago city set, take your Climber minifigure, and just easily slide him down. I actually never got a Climber Kai variant up until now, so this is my first time getting him. In the Dragons Rising Season 2 final battle, Kai actually fought Noct, who I'm going to be getting very soon, so we can recreate that final battle at the end of this video. Next up, we have 2 more minifigures, a J minifigure that honestly looks really good. It has to be my favorite Climber suit of all of them. Actually, one really cool thing about this mech is that the other mechs, when you like move them and stuff, little pieces tend to end up falling off, so it's just really hard to use. But for a set like this, it's nice and skinny and all the pieces are on tight, so it's not that hard to move stuff off. And also this set has some actually crazy posability. You can move the foot a lot. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, there's also this extra Jordana minifigure if you care. She comes with this jetpack thingy, but she's kind of useless and not as good as the Kai and J minifigures in this set. Speaking of that, 4 minifigures is kind of lackluster for a $70 set. However, some of the figs are good, the set is overall really good. I would say this is high up on my scale.
If you like to do stop motion animation or like to voice act, we have the perfect Discord server for you. Not only does everyone give each other a bunch of animation tips and mecha bricks tips, we also post these cool collabs that you might have seen. So make sure to hit that link in the description to join our community.
Next up on our last and biggest set, Zanes Ultra Combiner Mech. For some reason, it came with this paper bag that was holding old instructions. I do have to point out that this Sora box art looks so good. Starting off with our first instruction manual, Riyu and Zane. First off, there's a Dragonian, and more importantly, Cole. He comes with the prismatic blade, and honestly, I think this minifigure looks pretty good. On the big boy Zane, it actually comes with a printed head, which I thought was really cool because it has the same exact silver color that's on the actual minifigure. Dude, this figure goes crazy. There's so many poses you can do, like the 3-point hero pose, and you can also do Kai's don't touch my sister pose. He also comes with a cool backpack at the back that's supposed to attach onto this thing, I believe. Look, it's Riyu the turtle. Wow, Riyu is actually giant. Bro is like 1.5 faceplates wide, or almost a market's tall. Dude, I already love this set so much, and I guess because they're old characters so far, but they're amazing ones for sure. Moving on to Sora's jet. This Sora minifigure is actually so mid, like they keep on reusing this suit. Though the helmet is a cool piece to get. Just finished up the cockpit and the blaster module. And even though this is a smaller build, this still feels like a pretty big set. Like alone, this should be a $30 or at least a $25 Lego set. It's giant and it's almost as big as the markets. Not as big as Riyu, but it looks cool overall, and it has this like spinning feature in the front so you can spin Sora's cockpit. Moving on to the last and greatest part of this build, the car with Pixel and Noct, my goats. Finally, after long centuries, I had this dude. This makes my custom version look so bad. And since LEGO did not make it accurately, here it is. I finally have both figures that are in the final battle of Dragons Rising. And then next up is my goat, who's always too busy trying to carry everyone. Now, since the actual build process was very boring, here it is. It's just a very repetitive build because it has two of the same exact modules, one with guns inside and the other with a place for a minifigure to sit. Now personally, I don't really like the gun, I just kind of wish I could put a minifigure there instead. So what I found out is that if you just go ahead and take out this gun, you can slip in a minifigure easily. This thing is actually quite big. Like honestly, on its own, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a $40 set, especially given the fact that Aaron's car is $50. Now for the most important part, the assembling. So yeah, here we have Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech Lego set. This is a big thing. It's actually quite giant. It's around 14 inches tall in US units. You can see it can still actually do the 3-point action pose, and it has a really solid minifigure selection. It consists of 6 minifigures with Cole, Pixel, Noct, 2 Dragonian Warriors of Scout and Warrior, and a Sora minifigure. But I think it's kind of lackluster. I feel like for $100, just getting one Ninja and I guess Big Zane too is not that great. I know we did get Sora, but is she really much of a figure? The villain selection is okay. I kind of wish we got like Rocks or another Forbidden 5 member. However, having Pixel does help carry this set. There's not really a lot more I could say about this mech. It's an amazing combiner. It's close to the market size, not just there yet. You can kind of see how big it is in comparison. Lego designer Lloyd actually did say that this was supposed to originally be a Riyu mech, but it ended up becoming Big Zane. He's my favorite designer and therefore actually my best in my opinion. I mean, he has this build, and that build under his belt. He's amazing. I also got these fake kind of shatterspin pieces that I really wanted to put on Noct to see how it would look, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to keep him like this. I think it's a good set. Lackluster minifigures, but really strong build. I absolutely love how Big Zane and Riyu are included. To end off this video, I made a little diorama of every single one of these little fights. Here we have Moro and wyldfyre taking on 2 Dragonian Warriors. Lord Ras using Skeleton to fight a Dragonian Warrior. In the back, we have Aaron, who's just jumping off a tree, ready to join the fight. And then we also have Zane over here, who's in his mech, ready to take on any villain. We have my goats Kai and Sora going ahead and double teaming against Noct in his shatterspin powers, and then we also have Jay using Aaron's like Spinjitzu piece to attack Nia as if that Spinjitzu piece is supposed to be lightning. And then we also have Zark using shatterspin on Cole and Pixel fighting a Dragonian warrior. Big Zane and Riyu are just kind of chilling here on the side, and you can also see Kai's mech over here. So that's really it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching.